We're going to make wontons. Now, wontons are pretty cool. Probably not something that you've thought about making in the past. I'm not going to make the skin because it's pretty difficult. I'd love to do it down the road, but I'd rather practice a bit before I make a video. Ground pork, wildly cheap. Pork farmers, the poor buggers, lose money on every single pig they kill, which is unfortunate, but for the consumer, go for it. Stock up on pork, cure it, freeze it, do whatever you can with it. Because the prices won't stay this low, that's for darn sure. Because as prices get extraordinarily low and farmers are unable to make a profit, they go out of business, and then all of a sudden there's a shortage, and the price is going to ramp right back up. No way to know exactly when this is going to happen, but it's going to happen. So, I've got Napa cabbage. That's what I steamed off there. Just added sesame oil and now soy sauce. The Napa cabbage, you will notice I squeezed it really tightly to get all the liquid out. Don't want to have a whole bunch of excess liquid in this. This is dashi stock, which is just a Japanese word for stock. Here's rice wine vinegar going in, just a few drops. The dashi had kombu, which is kelp, and also shiitake mushroom, dried shiitake mushroom. That shiitake mushroom got soft as I simmered it for my dashi. Again, dashi is just a Japanese word for stock. So I chopped that shiitake mushroom finely, and I'm working it into my pork mixture. That mixture's got to get bound up, so I'm going to work it quite a lot with my fingers until it's nice and firm. Here's green onion. I'm going to chop it up very finely. So all I do is cut it in half lengthwise, and I cut them all in half first. You don't play around doing one at a time. And then I grab them all and I finally chop them. Bang, 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 as quickly as I can. This cutting board's kind of wiggling around, which is a bit of a pain. Ideally, you have a cutting board that's either wooden or this plastic, but no silly little handle like this one has on it. And I would say 1 foot by 18 inches is an excellent size cutting board for someone to work very efficiently. And you want it to be rectangular. You probably see me many times on a round wooden cutting board. It's sort of a stupid shape for a cutting board, frankly, but it travels kind of well. It's good for camping and that kind of thing. But for the purpose of high efficiency, go with rectangular, because you can butt your rectangular cutting board up against a cookie sheet, and you can slide your produce, whatever you're cutting, onto the cookie sheet, and it becomes a very efficient way to process a lot of food. And again, we're all about high efficiency, as fast as we can produce our meals at as high a quality as we possibly can. That's what we want. All right, so here are the wonton wrappers. You don't want these things to dry out, so you got to work quickly. Basically, you don't pull out too many from the package because they will dry. So we have them out of the package here, but we're pretty quick, so it's all right. But if it's the first time you do it, you probably just want to tear open the package and then pull them from the package one by one. So we're doing it the simplest way possible. All we're doing is folding them into a triangle. Basically, grab it, put a nice tablespoon of meat, wipe 2 sides with water, and then squeeze it together into a nice little triangular shape. You could join the 2 of the corners together and make it sort of stand up on itself. That's great, if you're selling these things for $8 a bowl, but you're not. You're cooking it for your family, so do it in a simple way. Just get the job done. They're going to enjoy it, and they're not going to care if it stands up on the plate like a little toy soldier. So we boil it in water. I say boil, but I mean simmer. You don't want this thing to be rolling like crazy. Notice how it's just gently simmering? That's what you want. And you cook them until the wonton wrapper and the meat is obviously cooked. So basically, to get an idea of the length of time, you got to pull it out, pull 1 or 2 out, cut them in half to see that it's all cooked. I'm serving this in the cooking liquid because it's going to keep it hot. And actually that broth is pretty tasty. I mean, It's light, but it's certainly tasty, and it will keep them hot on the table. This is an excellent, thrifty, but gourmet choice. Your guests are going to love it.